I said, yo, welcome to the BBW show. You feel me? We talk battle rap, basketball, and wrestling on a daily basis. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. The topic for today is NBA basketball. It was a historic week for NBA basketball. I'm not gonna lie. I felt like the Christmas games, most of them was good to great. You feel me? And then this past week, we had superstar Spider-Man who scored 71 points. We had Luka Doncic score a 60-point triple-double. We had Jokic get like a 30-point, 20-rebound game. Like, bro, LeBron been scoring 40s. Clay just had a 50 ball. Niggas is bugging out right now. Gangsta. Bugging out right now, bro. Bugging out right now. Let's get into it. My first team for the week, the Brooklyn Nets. The Brooklyn Nets. Brooklyn Nets has been 6-0. They was like 11-1 or 12-1 for the month of December. Shout out to the Brooklyn Nets, bro. I said this last week. Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving are playing their best team basketball right now. In the whole 3 years they've been together, this is the best basketball they've played together. Honestly. I just hope Kyrie Irving doesn't mess this up. I hope he doesn't take time off. I hope he doesn't get injured. None of that. Right now, the Nets is like the 3rd seed in the East. That's a good fucking look. That's a very good look, bro. Very good look. Last week, they beat the Warriors. They blew out the Warriors. That wasn't even a game. They just straight smoked them. They beat the Warriors, the Hawks, the Cavs, the Bucks, the Spurs, and the Charlotte Hornets. Shout out to the Brooklyn Nets. Now, let's get into the Indiana Pacers. They was a very surprising team last week. Last week, they went 5-1. They beat the Celtics, the Heat, the Clippers, the Hawks, the Cavaliers, and the Toronto Raptors. They only lost last week was to the New Orleans Pelicans. Shout out to the Indiana Pacers, bruh. Young Hot Halliburton. Gangster. Young Tyrese Halliburton. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. He's easily the best player on that team. And they got a nice little, I don't know if you would call Buddy Hield and Miles Turner vets. They've been in the A for a long time, but they're still in their 20s. So they got a nice core in there. I would be very surprised if Indiana makes the playoffs this year. If they do, Rick Carlisle might get Coach of the Year. Gangster. Rick Carlisle might get Coach of the Year if they make the playoffs. Shout out to Indiana. Golden State. After they got blown out by the Brooklyn Nets, they went 4-0 last week. They beat Memphis on Christmas. Then they went on to beat the Utah Jazz. They beat the Hornets. They beat the Blazers. And last night, Klay Thompson gave the Atlanta Hawks 50. Klay Thompson. This is easily, that's a 5-0 streak. This is easily their longest streak since Stephen Curry got injured. Gangster. 5-0 right now. Now, they're not going to go to like 10-0, but if they can go on a 6-0 run, then they lose a game. 2-0 run, then they lose a game. That could be a nice, good record for when Steph Curry come back. Gangster. Because right now, I think Golden State's like the 8th seed or something. 8th or 9th seed. They need to get out the play-in. But they're not going to be there by the time June comes anyway. But as long as, like, when Steph Curry come back, he don't got to get them out the 9th seed. Like, if they're ready to 7th, 6th when Steph come back, that's a good look. But if he got to come back and they're still the 8th, 9th seed, now y'all playing an uphill battle. But shout out to Golden State. They had a great year. They had a great week, Shout out to them. The next team, the Denver Nuggets. They was 4-1 last week. They beat the Sacramento Kings twice. They beat the Heat. They beat the Celtics in the finals preview, I feel like. And they lost to the Timberwolves. Yes, I do feel like it's a high possibility we get a Denver Nuggets, Boston Celtics finals this year. High possibility. I said it during my watch along. Both of their star players is unguardable. Jason Tatum is unguardable. Nikola Jokic is unguardable. Both of them drafted these superstar players. Both of these teams is homegrown. They picked up little assets here and there, like Malcolm Brogdon for Boston, like KCP, like Bruce Brown. They picked up little people, but their main stars have been homegrown. That's good drafting by Denver and by good drafting by the Boston Celtics. Shout out to them. They made my power rankings this week. And I would say last but not least, but since it was such a great week, I usually do 5 teams for my power rankings. This week I got 6. It was too much of a good week for me to have 5. Number 5, the Memphis Grizzlies. The Grizzlies went 3-1 last week. They lost to the Suns. They beat the Kings, the Pelicans, and the Raptors. You feel me? Very good week for Memphis. I honestly feel like Memphis might be the second best team in the Western Conference. Right behind Denver, I feel like Memphis might be the second best team. Gangsta. Even from October to now, they've always been healthy. Even when John Morant is not healthy, they still pull out wins. That's a really good team, bro. Really, really good team. I would not be surprised if Memphis go to the conference finals this year. Honestly. And last but not least, like I said, I usually do 5. I had to put this team in there. I had to put Luka Doncic in my power rankings this year. Your man's went like 6-0 last week. And out of 306 games, he scored 50. Gangster. Your man scored 50 twice and then had a 60-ball triple-double. Nuts. Nuts, bro. Nuts. Last week, he beat the Lakers on Christmas. He beat the Knicks. He beat the Knicks with no Jalen Brunson or RJ Barrett. That's when he had the 60-point triple-double. That was still crazy, though. Then he beat the Rockets twice. He beat the Rockets 3 times, actually. He beat the Spurs twice, and he beat the Timberwolves. Luka's the best player in Texas. Easily. Luka runs Texas. That's no doubt about it, you feel me? But Luka right now might be the second best Dallas Maverick of all time. Easily, right now, might be the second best Dallas Maverick of all time. He honestly might be a top 3 best player in the world. I honestly never thought about that, but Luka might be top 3 in the world, bro, honestly. You got Kevin Durant, you got Giannis, Steph is injured right now. LeBron, I might give Luka over LeBron. I'm sorry, I might give Luka over LeBron. Right now, today, I might give it. Luka got him by at least 10 years younger, and he's a way better shooter. So Luka honestly might be top 3, bro. But yeah, this was such a crazy week in NBA basketball. I had to get an extra power rankings team. I had to add an extra team to my power rankings. I just couldn't stay at 5. Everybody been going nuts lately, bruh. Everybody been going nuts. The Warriors is going nuts finally. The Nets is going nuts. The Celtics is still wilding. The Denver Nuggets, Memphis. Luka is going crazy. Crazy Luka. Luka crazy. Like, bro, I had to put him in there. If you have any objections, let me know in the comment section. Follow me on Instagram at HRW_podcast. Follow me on Twitter at Hoops Wrestling. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Turn the bell for notifications so you know when I go live for watch-alongs. Only during the fourth quarters. I'll be back with more.